David, I know it's been a couple of months since you put pen to a new deal, but obviously it's a chance to speak with you. Can I just ask about, how much does that new deal mean to you, and like, how is it helping you? Because we all know what you've been through. So I suppose it's an extra element to asking the question of kind of the future going forward. How much does this new deal actually mean for you?
Yeah, I think it is. I feel like it is obviously important for a player to kind of feel wanted, and I was kind of at that little bit of a crossroads with Bournemouth, whether they wanted to move me on or kind of keep me. And I feel like obviously the way I'd kind of started the season, I always felt like I wanted to play in the Premier League with Bournemouth, and then kind of offering that contract was kind of them saying that they do still value as a player, and they think I can add quality, which I was hoping for. And yeah, I feel like the length of it as well kind of shows their intentions as well. So yeah, like I said, I was really happy with it, and I can kind of focus on just playing football, and my family is very happy down there.
You've talked openly to me and to others in this room as well about the cancer and the chemo, and I think it's a phrase you said to me is to remind me it's a poison, and it takes so long to actually recover, whether you're an elite sports person or whether you're just a normal member of the public. I'm just wondering if you've looked at some of the stats that you're doing, because I've had a quick look at your stats this season. Are you feeling fitter than you have ever done now that everything's behind you? You've been able to get game time, get fitness. I know it takes time, but are you the fittest you've ever been?
I feel it, yeah. I feel like I'm in a very good spot. Obviously, I know Bournemouth's renowned for the running and kind of what we do, so it's yeah, I think you have to do it. But yeah, I feel very good at the minute. I think this is probably the first pre-season I've had in properly in probably about 6 years, where there's been no kind of hiccups or anything to worry about. So yeah, I feel like that pre-season kind of really helped us getting all the game time that I did to kind of go into the season, and then for the gaffer to kind of show the faith in the especially the first couple of games of the season. Kind of just the snowball kept rolling, and yeah, I just feel like I've been getting fitter and fitter and feeling better towards even the latter stage of the games as well.
You just brought it up there, didn't you? High press, high intensity, with the ball final third. It probably sounds like a team talk, that, doesn't it? Sounds a little bit like what Craig Bellamy wants at Wales. What similarities, what differences did you see between sort of the way you're asked to play at Bournemouth and sometimes how you're asked to play with Wales? Because I think intensity is probably something that does cross over.
Yeah, I think obviously when you look how intense obviously both gaffers want to be, it is similar. I think we're a lot more kind of possession based, I'd say, here, and we want to try and keep the ball, whereas Bournemouth's probably not that keen on playing out from the back and things like that. But yeah, I think the main focus of this Wales team is trying to be as intense as possible, because we know there's obviously a lot of good nations with a lot of good players, and you need to make it as uncomfortable for those types of teams as possible, and yeah, just try and earn the right to play in that respect. As if you can press them and they start losing a bit of confidence, then it obviously gives you confidence as well. So I think it's a double win really. If you can bring the intensity and they can feel it, then obviously it'll be a massive advantage for us.
How much are you enjoying playing at Bournemouth this season? With the football you're playing, there's so many clips of you out there on social media about all the little tricks that you're doing and stuff. But also as well, I suppose, what can you achieve with Bournemouth this season? But also, how does that translate when you're playing in the Red of Wales? Yeah,
I think every player just wants to win football games and kind of just see where it takes you. I think obviously I know Bournemouth have had a lot of credit over the past couple of months of kind of how well the results have been going. I know the past two haven't been fantastic, but yeah, I think like over the past couple of years we've been working towards this point, especially with Bournemouth, and yeah, I think you can kind of see last year the lads did incredibly well and kind of just missed out on the European spots, and that's not like the target this year in terms of we sat down and said that we want to do that, but I think it's in the back of everyone's mind where if we can perform like we did last year and we were only a couple of points off, then obviously hopefully we're just in and around it come the end of the season, and we can kind of see if we can make a little bit of a go of it.
Yeah. And just the last one from me as well. I know there's still a little bit of work to be done, but there is a real feeling that this Wales squad has the talent, has more than enough to be at the World Cup next summer. obviously for the reasons we know about having cancer, you missed out last time round. When you've been through that and you have the opportunity of going to the world's greatest football tournament, how does that feel as a player? That motivation, that desire to get there, how does that feel?
Like you say, it's incredible motivation. That was one of the reasons why, unfortunately, I got injured when I was coming back from all the chemo stuff in the first place. That was the main goal. I wanted to try and make that squad, and I think I pushed a little bit too hard. So I think that kind of, that was a hamstring. So that kind of shows where my head's at on wanting to achieve that goal of getting to a World Cup. And yeah, it's obviously a massive, massive tournament. It's probably one of the biggest honours you can have, going to one of them tournaments representing your country. So yeah, the full focus is on trying to help the gaffer and obviously the team to try and make that dream come true.
Hey, David. So the manager said 2 wins. He's absolutely demanding 2 wins. Is that the same for you guys?
Yeah, that's the feeling we have around the dressing room. We had a little bit of a discussion yesterday on kind of what that means, whether it's important or not. And yeah, we come to the conclusion it definitely was. We obviously want to finish second to give ourselves the best possible kind of draw and opportunities via the playoffs to kind of, like I said, give ourselves the best chance of going to a World Cup. And like we say, we know that is finishing second. So 6 points is almost a must, really. So yeah, that's the focus.
Was that meeting needed to kind of pick you guys up a little bit after the last international window and the defeat to Bournemouth, to Belgium?
Yeah, I think it wasn't needed, because I think everyone comes away. There's not ever an occasion where we don't want to get the 3 points. I think it's just putting a little bit of emphasis on it and kind of knowing that what it could mean in terms of who you draw in the playoff round. Obviously, you'd rather certain teams than others. So, like I say, it's just giving yourself that best possible chance of being able to say you played at a World Cup. And I feel like everyone's pulling in the same direction on that one as well.
And in terms of a couple of losses today, I know Kieffer's not going to be available. What does that mean for you guys at the top end of the pitch? And I think Harry's missing for the Liechtenstein game as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's suspended, isn't he? But yeah, Kieff's obviously a massive. You can see what he's doing at Wrexham now. He's a massive handful, especially aerially. The big man will be missed, and we just kind of have to work around with what we've got. There's a lot of talented attackers in the squad now that'll be biting for the opportunity and kind of wanting to grab that with both hands. And me included. I think if I want to play, I want to score, and like I say, we've got a lot of attacking options that hopefully can fill the void that he'll be missing.
I suppose it kind of comes down onto maybe your shoulders and a bit more responsibility on you. Is that something you enjoy? Yeah,
I just enjoy playing football. It's kind of one of those. I think the bigger the occasion is a blessing. And these types of games, you want to play well, you want to score, you want to make an impact on the game, and yeah, like I say, when it all settles and hopefully we do go to the World Cup, it's kind of one of them that you've contributed in whatever way you can. And yeah, like I say, I'll be going out there trying to score, create, assist, just like usual.
And just one final one, just slightly away from Wales, but your mate Tom Lockyer is back playing again. I was just wondering how you've been in contact with. Have you been in contact with him and chatting to him? And
I call him out a bit, to be fair, because he's. I text him, ringing me all the time, and then as soon as he's got that contract at Bristol, I can't get hold of him. But I'm absolutely delighted for him. He's earned it with the amount of hard work and dedication he's kind of put in. I know the journey from something like that can be a little bit overwhelming at times, and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel on a few occasions, but he's kind of always just plodded along and kept things going and never really give up, and you can see how happy he is now, especially I think he's captain at Bristol Rovers again now, so it's kind of come full circle for him, and he's got that opportunity to play, and I know the next thing he'll probably want to put on that Wales shirt again, I know that, but I'm just obviously super delighted for him and Taylor and the little one, and yeah, it's a massive congratulations to him.
Hi, David. We mentioned a couple of players who've dropped out of the squad today. Ben Davies, the captain, is one that is missing. What kind of impact will his absence leave? Yeah,
I'd be lying to say isn't a massive impact. Obviously, he can play left back, centre half, and he's just a leader kind of all over and in every aspect of being away on camp. And obviously he's a massive miss with a lot of talent. But similar to the Kieffer, is someone's opportunity now to kind of show their qualities, and I know we've got a lot of defensive players that'll want to do that as well.
And in terms of leadership in that group now, I'm thinking of a couple of you who wear the armband for your clubs, yourself and perhaps Ethan. Is it your turn to step up and have more of a role?
Yeah, like I say, I think I'm not going to sit here and say I'm captain of Wales and I don't want to boss everyone around or anything like that. But I think, you kind of, when you get to this age, you obviously do want to help the younger lads and show them kind of what is expected. I think there's a lot of lads that don't wear the armband but play in the Premier League, and I feel like that kind of group needs to be the ones to kind of set the examples and show what's required of the players that are trying to make an impact of what the standards would be like to play in a Premier League game and an international game, and especially if we want to go to a World Cup, the standards need to be there.
How have you enjoyed that role at Bournemouth wearing the armband this season? I'm pretty sure I saw a clip on the weekend of perhaps you going, no, it is me wearing the armband. How are you finding that role?
Yeah, no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I think Bournemouth's obviously a club that I've been at a long time and kind of have a bit of a connection with. So it's obviously a massive honour for me to kind of wear the armband, and it's, I think, similar to it now. It's a very young squad at Bournemouth, so I'm one of the older ones at 28, so which is a bit mental. But it's obviously a massive honour to kind of wear the armband, and I feel like that's transitioning into me as a person now, and I kind of want to help others be the best version of themselves, and just push the team into a direction that I personally want, and I know the team want as well.
And just lastly from me, the BBC are running something today called Football Reinvented. We're asking players, pundits, if they could change one rule in football, what would that be? I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there anything in particular that you would like to see the back of?
I have no idea. But no offside, so I could score a few more goals. But apart from that, I have no idea.
We'll take that one. That's good.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.